evening, everybody, and welcome to our second annual Skinner Middle School Debate Competition. My name is Nate Braidman. I will be your Master of Ceremonies. Let me explain a little bit to our audience members what we've been doing throughout the year and explain the methodology and the content that we have been studying. What we do, what we abide by, our company, is we believe the best way to master knowledge is to go through a crawl, walk, run strategy. So what we do is in order to master a certain topic, we have the kids memorize certain basic facts. That's the crawl stage, and then we have them draw conclusions from those facts. That is the walk stage, and then we have them develop a persuasive argument and debate and counterpoints, and that is the run stage. And now we will turn most importantly to who. So let me introduce our teams. On my left, immediate left, is Miss Annalisa Montoya, and she's the subject matter expert for appeasement. Next, Miss Aspen Coates, and she is going to be covering the Korean War. Next is Alan Cisneros, and he is the expert on the Cuban Missile Crisis, followed by Daniel Brown. He'll be covering the end of the Cold War, and our cleanup hitter is Mr. Owen Smith, who will be talking all things Iraq. Their competition. On my right, we begin with Mr. Calder McCarthy. He will be debating the appeasement section. Next, Miss Marissa Lucero will be covering the Korean War, followed by Miss Alondra Gill-Gonzalez, and she will be taking the Cuban Missile Crisis. A.J. Sanchez will be our end of Cold War expert, and our cleanup hitter on this team is Mr. Hayden Breitzman. So he will be debating Mr. Smith on the Iraq War. So let's begin with our lightning round drill. What I do is I will ask them questions, and they will have to answer as many as they can correctly in 1 minute for 1 point each. So, Alondra, we will begin with you with the lightning round. Stand by. You will have 1 minute. Are you ready?
Yeah.
The year of the Cuban Missile Crisis.
1963.
They put nuclear weapons in Cuba.
Russia.
Cuba's leader at the time of the crisis.
Castro.
The U.S. president at the time of the crisis.
FDR.
The range of Soviet SS-4 missiles in Cuba.
Wait, the range of 15 minutes.
JFK assembled this group to meet the crisis.
XCOM.
Capital
Havana.
Cuba. Number of tracks, XCOM.
6.
Unbeknownst to Americans, Russian soldiers armed with these.
Nuclear weapons.
Define predicament.
Pass.
Define unprecedented.
Pass.
Define avid.
Eager.
Soviet leader at the time of the crisis.
Pass.
U.S. response time to nuclear attack before missiles were put in Cuba.
15 minutes.
Response time after.
2 to 3 minutes.
JFK referred to the naval blockade as this.
Pass.
Track A called for doing this.
Nothing.
Track
Going
F.
and attacking.
If the U.S. invaded Cuba, probably the result.
We would all die.
Okay. Good. I got that much. I know enough Spanish for that much. Okay. Now, it's about as hot as Mexico City in the studio, too, isn't it? Boy, I tell you what. Yeah, good thing I wore a wool suit for this. Okay, now let's do our what if.
Oh, okay.
Alondra, we'll start with you. So, why did President Kennedy go on TV to announce the presence of nuclear missiles in Cuba? Why didn't he keep it secret? So, here are your questions. Why did Kennedy go public with news of the missiles?
So then nobody would freak out about it, and then we wouldn't be able to trust them.
What was the risk of going public with that information?
That we would all freak out.
What was the risk of keeping it secret?
We wouldn't trust our government anymore and turn on them.
Should governments be more open or more secretive with their people?
More secretive, or else they won't trust them, and they might try to change their government's ways.
Can the government always control information?
No, because someone might take it out. If a worker goes out or something, they might get out and get twisted.
Okay.